Megan Fudge and Jill Braverman, the lone one seed of the entire tournament here in Newport to advance to the gold medal match in women's doubles. They'll be facing the wild card duo of Emilia Schmidt and Danni-Townsend as we welcome you into the booth here at the Tennis and Pickleball Club of Newport Beach alongside AAP U.S. National Team Head Coach Chad Edwards and Pro Pickleball Coach Dominic Catalano. I'm Dorian Kraft. Fellas, we have one pair that has been here time and time again. We've got another pair that is a Cinderella story. However, Dom, it might be midnight because Schmidt and Townsend, they are taking on the best in the business.
Yeah, and what we saw yesterday from Schmidt and Townsend, they want to play a little fast. They want to play with power. The issue is you're playing against two of the best defenders in the world in Braverman and Fudge. And that's what they do so well, is even when they're under pressure, right, they work their way out of pressure. They play great defense, and then from there, they turn that defense into offense. Yesterday in the semifinal, it was literally seemed like a stroll through the park for Fudge and Braverman. They did it well. They played good defense. Braverman was driving a lot of her thirds. I'm going to look to see if that's the case today. I don't think it will be. I think they'll drop a little more, get to the kitchen, and use that defense that they play so well, turn it into offense, and I think they're going to come out on top today.
Well, the one thing that was so impressive about Schmidt and Townsend as they made their run through the bracket, Chad, they didn't seem overwhelmed by the moment.
No, and they're coming in as the underdog. So in reality, they're the ones that don't have the pressure on them. They're out here having some fun. I talked to Emilia after the semifinal yesterday. She walked past. She's like, "So what'd you think?" I was like, that was pretty good. But their strengths are Townsend's counters, Schmidt's counters, especially on the backside of Townsend. If Fudge and Braverman try to speed up through them, it's probably going to be a difficult time. But they do stand a chance if they can play clean.
Welcome back to Championship Court. Jill Braverman and Megan Fudge, the top seed in the women's doubles draw. It's the hometown girl, Jill Braverman, from right here in Newport Beach, California, to start us off 0-0-2. Townsend able to find a good spot to force the side out.
And that's the strength of Townsend right there, is on the backhand side. She sits heavy backhand. If Fudge and Braverman are going to try and go through that backhand side, it's going to be very difficult. They need to go outside the hips.
That's not going to be the case right there because Townsend and Schmidt want to play pace. From Fudge and Braverman, elongate these points. The longer the point goes, the bigger the advantage for them.
This serve there from Townsend. Second serve on the way. Stewart and Townsend were the very last wild card into the tournament. They were 24th and then ripped their way through the women's doubles draw.
That's a bad spot right there. Schmidt kind of leaned toward the forehand there, and Fudge took it over the left shoulder.
0-1-1.
Off of the net court.
Hey,
Braverman on the board.
He questioned whether he was going to stick his hand out of that one or not.
Last second, great hands.
1-1-1. Second serve.
Second serve on the way.
Rare miss there from Fudge, leaving that one short.
1-1-2.
Townsend letting Fudge and Braverman know that one was deep. Townsend doesn't hit with a lot of power either, but what she does do is create a lot of spin. She got that ball down through transition.
Ooh.
Another uncharacteristic miss there for Fudge early on.
Fudge trying to go inside out forehand right there. Tried to keep it really tight to the net right there.
2-1-1.
Right through the middle. Braverman saw the hole.
We heard on all those middle balls. You, me, you,
But she didn't even get it out. She went,
2-1-2.
and that was dire.
little bit of confusion on that point there on those middle ones.
Nice
cover.
pickup.
Yeah.
Right on the line to force the side out. That was a beauty.
The pirouette around the lob was what surprised me from Braverman. She ran all the way around it, full circle, and then perfect drop.
The thing I noticed on the offensive lob is that Braverman never looked bothered.
No, she wasn't.
Braverman, one of the best in the business defensively.
Yeah, good hands there from Braverman, anticipating the speed up, was right on the counter. It's not a bad ball here from Schmidt, but just gives Braverman a little too much room.
Stop play. Replay, I'll recall the score.
Whoa, what happened?
Something in the back.
Oh,
All right.
Some
I
of
was
the
like,
signage came off.
what
Good.
happened right there? The signage blew out.
Replay this point.
Well, ironically enough, Braverman actually hit it with her paddle during warm-ups and caused it to come off of the wall. And take a look at Braverman and Fudge there. They've won 3 golds as a duo on tour this year. They're coming off of one of their worst showings on the season, a bronze medal in New York. They were knocked out in the semifinal by Bobby Oshiro and Allison Harris, who went on to win the gold in women's doubles.
Oshiro and Harris made a nice run that weekend.
Tight end.
We will replay the point.
2-2-1. Second serve.
Dribbler over the net, pushes Fudge and Braverman onto second serve.
2-2-2.
Yeah.
Point.
It's a good step across from Braverman.
It was close.
It
But
was
yeah.
very close.
3-2-2.
Oh,
We're on the far side.
Townsend able to get up for the lob and put it away.
just not quite deep enough there on the offensive lob. Townsend really didn't have to do much other than turn
2-3-1.
sideways.
Second serve.
Able to catch Schmidt extended past the hips, second serve.
Perfect spot right there from Fudge. Goes off the
2-3-2.
left hip of Townsend through the middle with the backhand flick.
Schmidt getting just a little big as Braverman and Fudge ready for the counter.
Well, and that's why Braverman and Fudge are so dangerous right there. They get so
3-2-1.
many balls back. Schmidt just gets a little too big on that forehand.
Point.
Then leaning in there, mid flamingo.
I'm trying to speed that ball up at Braverman. That's trouble too, because especially when you're off balance, Braverman comes.
4-2-1.
She's going to come right back at you.
Second serve.
Backhand flick from Townsend off the edge guard, second serve.
2 balls right there that Townsend stepped in and hit with the backhand.
4-2-2.
I mean, it actually ended up playing out in their favor because it looked like a ball Schmidt should be hitting. A little love from the net cord there for Braverman.
Good leave there from Schmidt.
Fudge kind of jumped into that one and went one hand, and Braverman's like, yeah, keep that second hand on, just rip that ball. You're on it.
I feel like a really important
2-5-1.
point because a 3-point lead, we've seen Fudge and Braverman be able to go on massive runs. Townsend pushes it wide as Braverman able to transition from defense to offense.
Well, Townsend did what she was supposed to, too, because as soon as that ball landed off the lob, she charged the kitchen line, but then again, it's just the defense from Braverman and Fudge right there,
2-5-2.
staying in that point.
Side
Just
out.
a little rush right there. Decent drive from Schmidt, but a great job there from Braverman getting on top of it, hitting down on the ball.
5-2-1.
Big ball there from Schmidt into the hip of Braverman.
Well, that's the problem right there. Fudge didn't get all of it on a cross-court speed up right to the forehand of Schmidt, and then Schmidt just turns it on and goes
5-2-2.
flat right at Braverman.
Point.
It's wide off the sideline. Another point for Braverman and Fudge. They lead it by 4 here in the opening game of our
6-2-2.
women's doubles gold medal match.
Schmidt trying to do too much right there, especially after she had a couple of speed ups at Braverman, and Braverman countered quite easily this time. Schmidt trying to slide it just a little bit further. In reality, she kind of needs to go more into the hip, into the armpit, jam Braverman up rather than try and get it away from her.
Timeout on court as Jill Braverman and Megan Fudge have opened up a 7-2 lead here in the opening game of our women's doubles gold medal match. These two have been the premier pair on tour this year. 3 gold medals already as a duo on the APP this season. Megan Fudge living in Florida, originally from Germany, playing her collegiate tennis at Illinois. 72 career APP medals, fellas. That is the most all-time of any player.
Yeah, very impressive. Megan Fudge has been hot for her whole career, it seems like.
And she and Jill Braverman, after starting to partner together towards the middle and end of last year, they have just continued to find success after success after success.
Yeah, Braverman took a little bit of time off, spent some time in the corporate world, and then made her way back in the pickleball. Her and Fudge extremely consistent, both on the women's doubles side and the mixed doubles side.
We knew what we were going to see from Braverman and Fudge in this gold medal match. What do you make of the way that Schmidt and Townsend have come out so far?
We're trying to do a little too much right here. The last couple points, especially from Emilia Schmidt, pulls that last one wide, and then she tries to, you know, speed up a couple that she shouldn't have. Got to play a little more patient, and that's hard to do against Braverman and Fudge because they want to play that same way.
Well, again, the majority of the times, Braverman and Fudge make their opponents beat themselves. Again, Dom, you're just talking about Schmidt trying to do too much. It was a ball that, I mean, yeah, could have been sped up. It was a decent ball to be sped up, but she speeds it up cross-court right into Fudge's forehand.
A 9-2 lead, a winner off the paddle of Jill Braverman, and now the top seeds within 2 points of capturing the opening frame.
Oh, stop it.
That's ridiculous.
Get in there, go.
What a point! Danny Townsend asking for love from the crowd.
Well, and if Braverman wasn't sitting dead backhand on that last ball,
Yeah.
probably would at that point would still be going right now.
291.
Yeah, opportunities right here for Schmidt and Townsend right there, trying to get that backhand down the line, but goes wide, trying to be perfect with it.
Well, that's what the defensive Fudge and Braverman makes you do, though. Go for smaller margins.
Side out.
Schmidt just getting caught a little flat-footed right there. Let the ball get to the feet.
921.
This third from Fudge, one of the few mistakes.
Yeah, she's made a couple of that exact same shot, just kind of laughing it off.
Well, with a 7-point
Well,
lead,
a
sometimes it can be a
9-2.
little loose.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a nice step over, and it brings up a game point.
That's what we're seeing, a much more
Timeout receivers.
active, a
10-2-2.
much more aggressive Megan Fudge in women's doubles this year. Actually seeing her start to earn it a lot more as well. That's coming from the aggressive play in mixed doubles.
Want to play in the 2025 APP Tour Championships? With APP Passport, now you can. Just register to play at any APP event near you for your chance to medal and get a spot in the Tour Championships at the Fort this December. For more information or to sign up at the next event, visit theapp.global. Second and final timeout taken on court by Schmidt and Townsend as Fudge and Braverman have worked themselves a game point, leading 10-2.
Right here, if I am Schmidt and Townsend, I'm like, okay, let's get a side out. Let's get a couple points on the board at least. Let's see if we can get some momentum going into game two. You hate saying game one's over, but against a team like Braverman and Fudge, 1 point away, you got two, you're 9 points down from trying to end it. Well, 10 now because you'd have to get to 12. But again, it's a tough feat. But you want to have that little victory, right? So if I can get a quick side out, get a couple points, take that momentum into game two, that's a positive for them.
Easier said than done. And be Braverman to serve for the opening game.
I'll recall. Ten two two.
Nice.
Down the line for the winner, Fudge and Braverman take the opening game in quick fashion, 11-2 over the wild card, the top seed rolling here on championship court.
Newport Beach.
Official health condition is that you can play again because pickle
using access brand.
Non-alcoholic brews,
You can feel
the top seed showing why they are the gold standard. It was all Fudge and Braverman in the first.
Yeah, from defense to offense, like we talked about, and you're seeing that right there. Braverman up at the kitchen line, taking over, finding some space, and then using that shake and bake action right there. Braverman drive, the Fudge finish right there down the line.
15 seconds.
And they take game one handily, 11-2.
Fudge and Braverman looking for their fourth gold in women's doubles this season. It'll be Townsend and Schmidt to serve first here in game two. Able to have Braverman put it in the net. But Dom, I want to go back to something that you said towards the end of game one. You said that Schmidt and Townsend needed to find a little victory. Is there anything they can take from that opening game?
Oh, right there. You know, again, they had some good points. They had some opportunities. They just tried to be too fine.
They started off high,
right? And again, it's a good start to game two.
And again, Schmidt putting the ball into the net. That's the 4th or 5th time.
Yeah, I was going to say, Schmidt's missed quite a few counters. She wasn't missing those counters yesterday.
0-2-1.
Just trying to do too much with the body, you know, and that's where the defense of Braverman and Fudge really force you to try and do more. It forces you to try and hit it harder, so then you try to use that body a little too much.
What an exchange, and it's won by Townsend.
Well, Townsend finally goes a little inside-out backhand here to end it. She goes to the left hip of Megan Fudge at the end, right there. Jams her up, doesn't go through the middle.
2-0-1.
Big hole.
Nice drop. Right at the kitchen line. Kind of skipped a little bit, I think.
3-0-1.
Make it a 4-0 run to start.
So that was a better speed up right there. And the reason being, even though it's cross court, it's playing into Townsend's strength, which is the backhand. Because when Fudge counters it, it feeds into that backhand of Townsend.
Timeout on court as Schmidt and Townsend have opened up a 4-point lead to start game number 2. We will step away as well for a word from our sponsors.
Now it's not the time to give up, but to give in. I won't allow it. You won't allow it. I mean, the couch doesn't own you. You own you. Am I right? Of course I'm right. You can do this. Well, maybe not this, but you get the idea, right? Don't be a couch potato.
Find a doctor at you'llbeback.com. Arnold says, do it now.
Came to the game with a brand new sauce. Get ready, got the
1, 2, 3, move it. I got the sauce to make.
0-0-2.
I got the sauce to make you go.
Oh, you got me.
brand new.
Are you ready for this? I'm better than this. 1, 2, 3.
Let them win again.
Switch it up. Switch it up.
Humana. Get in the game with a free paddle at humana.com/pickleball.
Emilia Schmidt and Danni Townsend making a surprise run through the women's doubles draw to end up on their first ever championship Sunday, as we learn a little bit more about Emilia Schmidt.
Yeah, Emilia Schmidt made the jump here in the U.S. toward the end of 2023. Saw her first time in Chicago indoors. And then Danni Townsend, one of the top female players in Australia. I think this is her first APP event. So Schmidt, she's played a few APPs, hasn't really made a deep run as of yet, but starting to make waves in the APP next. And then obviously here with Townsend and making their first APP final in women's doubles.
That's a good setup right there from Megan Fudge, just waiting for the opportunity for that little backhand flick. Right there, all that is Schmidt's just got to go to a different spot. Stop feeding one spot, move the ball around. on a knee. She took one knee.
Goodness.
Again, it's good ball movement from Townsend and Schmidt, but again, the hands battle, it's going to be tough to beat Fudge and Braverman in a hands battle with Townsend and Schmidt were I formation there. Missed opportunity right there. Maybe no, it didn't, but yeah, I would have liked Schmidt to take that. She called it too.
And that's the thing too. Townsend steps over a lot and takes the forehand of Schmidt with that backhand.
Yes, you're good.
Stepped over, didn't really put a whole lot of power on that overhead.
Characteristic miss once again from Megan Fudge. But the one thing I noticed, fellas, on those elongated points, Schmidt's letting that ball bounce. Would you like to see her take it out of the air?
Go ahead.
Yeah, there's not many that are able to because Megan Fudge does a lot of dead dinking. Oh, nice attack right there from Townsend. So there's not a lot she can take out of the air, so the opportunity's not there. So she's doing a pretty good job. Again, it's just I want to see that movement.
Meanwhile, Danny Townsend taking everything out of the air and putting it away. Oh, Schmidt needed one extra step.
That ball almost hit Braverman in the
back of the head. Yeah, I think that overhead needed to go more down the line. Braverman kind of just stood at the kitchen line there when Fudge threw up that offensive lob.
Oh.
Okay.
6-0 in favor of the youngsters. And fellas, we saw them. We talked about them not being overwhelmed by the moment. They fought off 3 match points in the semifinals against Nicole Eugenio and Christine Maddox to end up taking it in 3 games.
Side out.
So and that's why I was watching Townsend right there in the middle of it. Fudge didn't call out. Townsend thought that Braverman called out, and then Fudge kept playing the point. Townsend kind of half stopped. That was a lot of confusion there in the middle of that point.
Biggest thing though is the ball kept getting played.
Yeah.
Townsend just can't stand up and just stop playing.
It is a side out, so Braverman and Fudge will be serving, trailing 0-6-1. But pay attention to that point.
And Braverman and Fudge switching sides right there. Putting Megan Fudge on the right, Braverman on the left. And this is where they are dangerous because they can both play the right and left.
Schmidt stepping across, giving Braverman a bit of a taste of her own medicine.
Yeah, good move there from Schmidt. And we're seeing Schmidt and Townsend be a lot more aggressive here in game 2. They're not really allowing Fudge and Braverman to dictate the pace of play.
Point.
And those are opportunities can't miss.
Yeah.
Not right now.
Can't let the errors creep in though.
2-6-2.
Again, it's the speed up into the backhand of Townsend. If you can get it outside the right hip, the right shoulder, or even get her kind of sliding with it, you know, Townsend not as strong right there, but if you're trying to go anything on that backhand side,
Fudge able to put that away after Schmidt got crossed up.
That's such a good setup right there. Braverman goes off the left hip of Schmidt, crosses her up like you said, Dorian, and then that pop-up easy put away for Fudge.
Townsend moving forward into the net, so a defensive hold for Fudge and Braverman. It's their first of the game.
Townsend trying to come in, front foot that backhand.
2-6-1.
I like the aggressiveness.
Yeah, that's where Braverman needs to go right there. Take it outside the hip. Somehow Braverman got that ball back off her body.
That ate her up. Still resets it perfectly.
3-6-1.
Schmidt watches it float wide. Second serve on the way.
See Braverman saying she should have gone forehand right there, but it was a good spot from Schmidt right into the right hip and low. So in reality, the backhand was the only shot for Braverman there.
Another ball sails long as Schmidt and Townsend hold Fudge and Braverman to just a single point. What has been the most successful adjustment that Schmidt and Townsend have made in the second game?
Well, they're being aggressive, but they're hitting better spots. Schmidt was trying to be aggressive in game one, but feeding into the strength of Fudge and Braverman.
Oh,
wear it.
Fighting over it, but bodying up. But again, right here, it's the fact that it was 6-0. Now it's 6-3.
Yeah.
It's second server. And you're letting a team lurk in the weeds here, and you're not putting them away.
No, and you can't miss those shots.
It's back-to-back service sides without a point, and against a team like Fudge and Braverman, they are going to be able to close the gap quickly. That's a nice ball there from Townsend. It wasn't full pace, but it was a good spot.
3-6-2.
Oh, just what? Good hustle there from Braverman. Oh, from the net right there to kick it out wide.
4-6-2.
No, that's wide. Well, there goes the comfortable lead that Schmidt and Townsend had. Just a few too many errors.
6-point lead trimmed to 1 as Townsend and Schmidt take a timeout here in game number 2, trying desperately to hold on and force a winner-take-all game 3.
Yeah, you can't go up 6-0 and let a team like Braverman and Fudge come back and get within 1. Now you call timeout. Now you're almost in defensive mode, right? Because you're like, okay, I had a 6-0 lead. Now it's a 1-point lead. Now you're like, okay, I don't want this to slip away. But you can't think that way. You have to be like, okay, how do I get this lead back? First things first, you got to hold here on the serve.
En route to this championship match, Townsend and Schmidt took down the 3 seed, Allison Harris and Daria Walchuk. That was in the round of 16. Then they took down Nicole Eugenio and Christine Maddox, the 7 seeds. It was just seed after seed, falling, and that kind of encapsulates the entire tournament, but they are really a prime example of how deep the draws are here on the APP Tour.
Yeah, absolutely, and we talked a little bit about it yesterday and on Friday as well, as with these new teams, these new partnerships are coming in, and the unfamiliarity and the unknowingness of sequences and strategies. You know, watching a lot of the matches yesterday, everybody was trying to speed up through Townsend and feeding that strength. Typically, you know, the females don't have that strong one-hand backhand counter, and that's a spot where you'll see kind of taken advantage of in women's doubles a lot. But Townsend having that one-hand counter, a lot of teams were just feeding her into that strength.
And they really made quick work of some of the upper seeds against Walczak and Harris. Schmidt and Townsend taking that 2 and 4 against the 6 seed Shelby Bates, Kelsey Grambo. That one 4 and 5. The only one they were pushed to 3 games was in the semifinal.
That was the one they fought off all those match points. Three of them.
Match points. They were trailing 7-10-1. Maddox and Eugenio not able to close that match out.
Oh.
So good timeout there. They forced the side out to Townsend and Schmidt.
6-5-1.
Oh, Fudge almost blew a tire coming through transition area. She looks back at the court. It's like a spot, something she like tripped. Almost looks like she tripped on something.
Six, 5-2.
Schmidt lets it go as they finally able to add to their lead after 2.5 service sides.
Before that point, Braverman was like a pitcher on the mound that couldn't get the right sign from Fudge. She shook her off 3 times.
Usually there's only 2 signs.
Yeah.
Great combination. Townsend able to finish.
Good little flick there from Townsend, creates the pop-up.
8-5-2.
Oh, no.
Oh,
that was a tight drop.
Yeah, just walked through it.
Five, 8-1.
Too much from Schmidt.
It's just it's a good pull from Braverman. She pulls this cross body on Schmidt, so Schmidt ends up being just a little late getting to it, and Braverman knows that she's got to hit down, low to high.
Fudge stepping across off of the net cord, back within 1.
Little kick off the net cord right there. Schmidt really couldn't do anything with it, so it just gave that easy sitter
7-8-1.
for the crash from Fudge.
Point.
Schmidt into the tape, 8 apiece. How quickly that lead has evaporated as Schmidt and Townsend take their second and final timeout of game number 2.
Momentum just switches so quick, right? Out of the timeout, they get the side out, 2 quick points, 3-point lead. You're like, oh, here we go. And then they hold 2, do Fudge and Braverman, and then they score 3, right? And so, like, that quick, all of a sudden the 3-point lead is gone.
Has it really been anything that Fudge and Braverman have been doing that's special, or is it just kind of self-inflicted errors, unfortunately?
Well, I mean, and we talk about it all the time with Fudge and Braverman. They're consistent. They're not going to make a whole lot of errors. They end up most of the time forcing their opponents to make mistakes. We saw a very short drop from Townsend that then led into the end change. A big swing on a counter from Schmidt. You know, a couple of errors here and there, and that's how, like you said, Don, is how quickly that momentum can flip, how quickly you can let somebody back into it. Schmidt and Townsend, again, don't have anything, anything really to lose. This is all bonus play right here. They can't play tight. They have to go for it. But at the same time, it's that controlled aggression. We can't give up easy errors or swing too big.
Braverman able to step across as she and Fudge are in the lead for the first time in game 2.
Different length of backswings on these counters. Attack short. And you see that right elbow gets back behind the body there of Schmidt. She can't get extended on it.
Second serve.
Did I hear that?
Townsend, got her!
19-year-old unfazed anyway, shape,
right
or form.
into the right elbow there. Good spot.
Good cover.
Good pressure there.
Four-point run for the top seeds.
Second serve.
Good pressure from Braverman, not allowing Schmidt through transition. Not only does she keep her back there, but she was putting something on each and every one of those balls.
Oh,
Ooh, I thought she got
Fudge
away
was
with that.
way ahead of it.
Yeah, it was a change.
Way ahead of it.
Miscue from Fudge pulls this level at 9 apiece.
When Townsend hit that, I thought it was a mistake because I'm like,
I was
you gotta
almost
hit it.
hand fed.
Yeah.
Fudge definitely not expecting something to be that slow or that high.
Oh, it's there.
Good read from Townsend. Game point for the Aussie duo.
Not yet.
Well, I have to say, I wasn't after game 1. I wasn't expecting this. It's been a good adjustment from Schmidt and Townsend.
Timeout taken here by Braverman and Fudge. It will be 10-9-2 coming out of the timeout. If you are Schmidt and Townsend, at biggest moment, arguably, of your time on tour, you know you have to make the serve.
Calm.
Well, absolutely.
Be calm here. Don't do anything different, right? Don't try and do something flashy. I don't want Emilia Schmidt to come out here and get a ball off the bounce and trying to rip a ball through Megan Fudge in front of her. Fudge going to sit on it and put you back through the middle if she does. Don't do anything different. Elongate the point just like you have been. Find your spots and get this crowd behind you. If they get this crowd behind them after this victory in game 2, this is a totally different match.
Game 3 is a chance. Well, I'm going to get even more basic than that. One, yes, you said you had to get the serve in. I think you still need to be more aggressive on the serve, but don't be casual on the third.
Don't get tight.
Right? We saw both Townsend and Schmidt miss thirds like middle of the net. Don't miss in the net. Even if it's not a great third, right? You can still work your way into the point.
Just like the semifinal, Townsend and Schmidt resilient. They take game number 2, 11-9. The youngsters send us to a decider. A tale of 2 games here in our women's doubles gold medal match. Fudge and Braverman handily taking the first before the Aussie youngsters taking the second.
Yeah, game 1 was all Fudge and Braverman, and we came into it going, okay, they're on a roll, they're feeling it, they know exactly what they need to do in game 1. It was in control, but game 2, a totally different story.
Well, Townsend and Schmidt came out there much more aggressive in game 2, hitting better spots and actually feeding into their strengths. Typically, I'm not going to say, yes, speed up cross-court, but when Schmidt sped up cross-court, it fed back into the strength of Townsend, which is that backhand. I do think that Townsend and Schmidt need to continue moving that ball around. Be aggressive when it's there. If there's a slight adjustment, it's for Schmidt to kind of shorten up on those counters a little bit.
Townsend wins wins the hands battle to force the side out.
Very rarely do you see Fudge and Braverman get beat in a hands battle right there.
0-0-1.
And they're a little off balance right now. Oh, there's...
Point.
Not sure how that wasn't a hindrance.
Townsend was looking for it.
Either way, it was a point as the ball went wide.
That's true. My bad.
Second serve. One, 0-2.
They're just creating chaos right now.
The backhand poach on Townsend right there might have been the slowest unfolding
2-0-2.
poach right there, but it worked. It's not expected at all.
Townsend sitting dead red on that backhand flick.
Honestly, I'd keep the ball away from the middle of the court.
Again, now you have Fudge and Braverman getting stuck in a pattern.
Fudge needs to just take that ball down the line. Because Townsend is creeping more and more and more to the middle. What? I thought that ball hit the paddle and bounced back up.
Good pressure there from Braverman, just holding her line, not allowing Townsend to get in. Ball just kept getting higher, higher, higher.
0-3-1.
Yeah,
Right through the middle. Those were the types of points that Fudge and Braverman were winning in game one.
well, Townsend did too much right there. She comes over and takes the ball in front of Emilia Schmidt off the bounce. Stay on your side, let Schmidt take that. She got out of position. That's on her right there. There it is. Okay, now that's much better. She comes across when she needs to. If she does that, that's what's getting them opportunities. If she does too much, then it's causing chaos, and the chaos that Braverman and Fudge want.
Controlled chaos.
1-3-2.
See that one right there? Again. There's no reason for her to do that.
Did I hear Schmidt say me before Townsend stepped over and took it?
Yeah.
Or was that?
Yeah. She's telling her that too. She's telling her that that's
2-3-2.
not what needs to happen right there. Just trying to do too much.
Well, again, and Braverman doing almost the similar thing there. We're just coming over a little too far, then having to scramble back in.
You have 2.
Schmidt and Townsend able to stay on top.
You have 2. Three, 2, 1.
Elevated ball made for the easy put away.
Well, good speed ups there from Braverman. Took one outside the right hip of Townsend. Took one in the body of Schmidt.
3-2-2.
Schmidt stepping across for the winner.
Good shake and bake right there from Schmidt. Reading the Townsend drive right here. But it's a good drive. Right to the backhand, a block, and pops a 3-point net, buddy.
No, I do think Braverman should have come over and taken that as a forehand as Fudge was uncoiling right there.
100%.
Good exchange right there. Fudge able to get on top of that last ball.
Two, 4-1. Second serve.
A little extra on that one from Braverman. Shouldn't miss that very often. She'll dial that back right there. That's a rare miss on a two-hand cross-court dink from Braverman.
Jammed her up.
Yeah, didn't clear the body.
She jumped forward instead of sideways, and then when you're jumping forward, you're running right into it.
3-4-2.
Townsend not able to clear the body for all.
But again, Braverman took that to the right hip. Townsend's trying to slide with it compared to what everybody else has been doing with Townsend is trying to go right in the middle of the chest.
Oh no. And Braverman foot faulted on it too.
A side out for all. If you are Townsend and Schmidt, level at 4, game 3. How do you respond here?
Play clean. Again, it's the same kind of concept when they had the lead in game 2 to kind of finish it. Good third here. Get back into the kitchen line. Play from here.
Oh, good reset.
Speed ups in there were wrong spot, but the scramble to get back into the point was top tier right there. Again, from Schmidt, just too big on this last one, catching it almost level with the body.
Again, same thing right there. Paddle so far back instead of out in front.
Well, Braverman's going right into the right armpit there. And because that paddle's so far out, as Schmidt brings it in, the elbow's back behind the body.
Oh. Came out flat off of the paddle, and now Braverman and Fudge take a lead 1 point from the end change.
Right idea from Townsend to take that as she's protecting her partner. And, oh my goodness. Here we go again.
The quality of play rising here in game number 3 as we look at our Gamma Live to Play a rally of the match. What an exchange.
Well, again, there were a couple of wrong spot speed ups there from both sides, but the defense kept them in it. And then the last exchange, just a little too big on the backswing there from Schmidt. But that pretty much sums up this match right there in 1 point. A lot of back and forth.
Remaining timeouts, receivers 1, servers 2.
Fudge and Braverman taking their first lead of game number 3 at 5-4-1. Trying to capture their 4th gold medal in women's doubles on tour this season. They have been pushed by the 24 seeds Emilia Schmidt and Danni Townsend after they took game 1 handily, 11-2.
Well, pet peeve time for Chad and I right here. Timeout, 1 point away from the end change in a gold medal match. Timeouts are like gold.
Well, worked out for 1 point.
And on first serve as well.
Yeah.
5-4-2.
Oh, that's nasty. That's dirty from Emilia Schmidt. She holds that on the paddle as long as she could. Braverman reading middle, pull back side.
4-5-1.
Townsend shielded that one right there.
Townsend was, I think she was saying, did it go through her arms? Like as she opened up, the ball came back through?
The timeout actually ended up working out.
She just blew a kiss.
I did not think that Townsend was going to be able to flick that ball from there and keep it in. Oh, it ended up hitting it. That's why.
Yeah.
I got screwed.
She blew the kiss.
Oh.
I got shielded by the monitor. That's why I didn't see it.
Listen, I love a little bit of sass, but you got to be careful.
Well,
you have to be careful. That's right. Sophia Seving did the finger wag at Jill Braverman, who's known for that. They didn't score another point, she and Bobby Oshiro. So this is one of those situations where if you are going to come for the crown, you best not miss.
No.
Well, also, considering it's her first tournament in the U.S.,
we're just...
I mean, I love my Australians, but I mean, that's a rough one for me to say, hey, great job there, Danny Townsend, by blowing a kiss in this situation.
You don't want to poke the bear.
No.
Dare I say the California flag where Jill's from has a bear on it, so... Am I a stretch here? Don't poke the bear.
These next handful of points will be very telling. Schmidt and Townsend leading 6-5-1. Townsend not able to make the pickup.
Hit a right foot.
You like the idea to lob there?
6-5-2.
Yes, but not in that spot. Schmidt trying to go a little too much middle there.
Bites it off.
Wow, Jill
almost got her in the
Braverman.
face.
I'm not sure anyone has better hands on tour.
They're just lightning quick right here.
Schmidt into the tape once again, 6-all.
But you watch Braverman too, after she pulls the trigger, she goes straight down one knee and she's ready for that next ball.
Really nice misdirection there from Townsend on the inside out forehand.
6-6-2.
Braverman steps across as she and Fudge back in front.
Yeah, good 1-2 combination there. Fudge wasn't a hard drive, but it had that dipping action, a lot of shape to it.
7-6-2.
Good leave by Schmidt.
You cannot appeal, you can only challenge. Yes, ma'am. 6-7-1.
It's just such a good spot right there. So Braverman speeds this up about 60% right at the right hip of Schmidt and jams her up enough that when she does get a paddle on it, the ball goes long.
That time too soft on the pickup.
Well, what do we since the blow of the kiss? It's a 2-0 run.
2-0 run.
2-0 run.
Serve back in hand.
Couple of errors creeping in. Just a little too much there from Braverman. Tried to rush it.
Seven, 6-2.
Good step over there from Fudge. Excellent ATP defense from Townsend as well. Braverman, pretty good job at hitting those ATPs right there. Good hustle.
I mean, I just looked around for it. I think the first time. There ain't open in this house right now.
That was a better combo, better speed up. Schmidt stays shorter on that second forehand.
Packed house have been treated to a treat here on Championship Court. First time this tournament, Braverman and Fudge have been taken to 3.
Oh, and that's what we wanted Fudge to do, Chad. Just go down that line, but I think instead of trying to pull that trigger there, just push it down the line. Get it to the tee where the sideline and kitchen line meet, and you're going to get Townsend down that line, open up some holes.
Off the net cord and in 8-all.
That's another good spot there. Townsend goes up, elevated at that right shoulder. Braverman a little caught up with the feet.
Timeout taken by Braverman and Fudge at 8-all in the third.
Winning time is here. And so we appreciate your attendance and energy here on Championship Court. Zimmer, AAP.
Jill Braverman and Megan Fudge taking a timeout as they have been pushed by this pair from Australia, Emilia Schmidt and Danni Townsend, putting up a fight after dropping the opening game 11-2. They took the second 11-9. It is 8 apiece in game number 3. Fellas, we talked about youth versus experience. As you get down in these last final moments, what's the difference maker?
Oh man, this is tough, right? Because youth is on a high right now. Experience is calling the timeout just to stay calm right now. And so it's like, what can kind of give here? The youngsters from Australia get too high, too hype, try and do too much? Or can they stay calm, stay in these points? Because I know Fudge and Braverman are going to wait for their opportunities. They're not going to do too much. They're not going to press here. They want the youngsters to press.
Is there potential for a you don't know what you don't know situation here? Potentially?
I mean, they know because this crowd's behind them.
Yeah.
They know.
Time in. 8-8-1.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Jill Braverman making something out of nothing.
That is a veteran shot. You know how easy it is to really hit this shot too hard. Braverman knew she was out on her front foot. She took something off it, kept it in.
patience.
Yep.
Yeah, that was Megan Fudge and Jill Braverman fishing. They put the bait out there and were like, here you go, here you go, here you go. Reel them in, reel them in. Cause a unprecedented, unnecessary speed up.
881.
Error off of the paddle of Emilia Schmidt. It's 9-8 in favor of Fudge and Braverman.
Well, she jumped again, right? Instead of having her feet planted, she's jumping into that kind of counter.
981.
Oh, got away with it right there. She knows it, too.
It's one of the ones where you turn back and look at your partner and just breathe a sigh of relief.
Yep, not to speed up. And it's just what you said, Dorian, right? You asked what the difference was right there, right? So at 8-8 on the timeout, they come out, and Fudge and Braverman literally just said, we're going to play our slow game, we're going to force you into this, and all they do is just dink, dink, dink. Megan Fudge was giving them balls to speed up on until they finally lost patience and did.
And just made them uncomfortable with the pressure of consistency.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the thing. At the longer you dink and the longer that you're trying to move that, you get tighter. You start worrying about missing it into the net or popping it up, and the only way to get rid of that pressure is to speed it up. I mean, it wasn't a bad speed up on that last point because Braverman was actually off balance when she got a paddle on it. The issue is there was no coverage after the fact. Fudge stepped over and just threaded it through. I mean, just poked it through the middle in reality.
It's a championship point for Jill Braverman and Megan Fudge. 10-8-2 coming out of the timeout taken by Emilia Schmidt and Danny Townsend.
Time in. 10-8-2.
Tested but true. Fudge and Braverman are golden once again.
Well, Townsend may look back at that one as the kiss of death after blowing a kiss at Jill Braverman and Megan Fudge. Like you said, Dom, stirred up the bear. And Fudge and Braverman with the comeback.
Your champs on the court right now.
And your Zimmer Biomet recovery moment of the match, Chad. Jill and Megan just so clean. The veterans coming out on top.
Well, and that's just stronger down the stretch. You can't give them an opportunity to come back into it. Taking another gold here, they're joining Dorian courtside.
Jill, Megan, congratulations. Your fourth gold medal on tour as a duo this year. Jill, there was a ball at 8-8-1. It got behind you. You were able to recover, get it back over. You all eventually won that point. It felt like to us watching that was kind of the moment that changed the end of the match. Did you feel that way on court as well?
I felt like there were a couple moments where if we had won the rally, it really would have changed the momentum. I think that was one of them. I hit that ball left-handed, and that's what happens when you're just out of position, guys.
Well, you make it look so easy, and I know you guys are students of the game, but how difficult is it to make in-match adjustments when you're playing a duo that is so new on tour, their first time ever playing on the APP?
Yeah, I mean, it was obviously, we didn't have a lot of tape on them. We didn't have a lot of info on them, and we like to make adjustments prior to the match. But honestly, credit to them. They had a fantastic tournament. Anybody that knows me knows how important international pickleball is to me. So kudos to the Australian team, and I hope they keep coming over.
Oh, we certainly hope to be seeing more of you on tour this year. Jill, congratulations winning on your home court as well.
I know, this is literally the court where I practice 5 days a week. I just want to say TTC in Newport Beach is one of the most beautiful clubs in the world. If you haven't been, you have to check it out. And yeah, home court, hometown, let's go.
Well, it definitely felt like a home crowd advantage as well. Jill Braverman, Megan Fudge, your gold medalists here in Newport Beach.
Braverman and Fudge, Chad, coming out on top yet again, and it's a a good feeling for Braverman. She always wants to show well here at her home club, and she does by taking the gold medal.
Yeah, and just like Fudge said, as far as a new partnership, and we've spoken about it, it's harder to make those adjustments when you don't have any footage or experience to go against. So a good job there from Braverman and Fudge, winning their 4th gold medal in women's doubles. We'll take a break, and we'll be back with more action here at the Zimmer Biomet APP Newport Beach Open.